Hello everybody, welcome back. In the previous video, we had implemented the user model for our chat user, and now we have a representation for how a user should look inside of our application. So with that said, let's get into the Firebase part of things. Let's enable authentication firstly in Firebase to allow us to actually log in, and then let's just create a dummy user that we can actually then use to actually log into our application. So with that said, let's get into it and let's see how to do this. So I'm going to go on over to Google Chrome. I'm going to log into console.firebase.com, and then I'm going to select the appropriate Firebase project for which I am going to be enabling authentication. So now that I'm inside of the respective Firebase project, I'm going to be clicking on the authentication tab, and from there what I'm going to be doing is that I am going to be clicking on get started. As soon as I click on that, it should take us to the sign in methods function. If you're at the users tab, just click on the sign in method function and click on email and password, and then click on enable, and then click on save. So with this, we've enabled email and password based authentication, and now we're ready to actually hop on into the creation of a user. So to create a user inside of Firebase, there are two steps to it. The first is that we're going to be letting the authentication side of Firebase know that we are creating a user. And then we'd also like to save that same user that we had created in Firebase inside of our Firestore database as well. So these two things we're going to be doing manually right now here inside of Firebase, but later on in the upcoming videos, we'll also do that programmatically as well, but it's a two-step process. One is that we have to do the authentication with Firebase and get the user authenticated. And then the other is that we need to also save the user's information inside of our Firestore database as well, once we have that information available to us. So to add a user to our application, I'm going to click on add a user, and from there, it requires us to add an email and a password. So I'll do Hussein, add, and then preneur.com, so that's my website domain, and then from there I'm going to just add a password, which is test123, then an exclamation mark, and click on add user. With this, we've added the user. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy the unique user ID that is provided to us by Firebase. So just give me a second, copy this, and now the UID is copied by clicking this copy button right here. I'm going to go back to our Firestore database, and I'm going to click on get started or create database for this as well. And as soon as I do it, it's going to ask me if I should create the database in production mode or test mode. I'm going to start in test mode. And what this is going to do is that it's going to allow open, read, and write access to the database for users without the need to actually set up permissionings for the database. So with that, once it's started in test mode, I'm going to click on next, and then I'm going to select the location for where I want my Firebase database to be located. I'll just select NAM5, which stands for North America. And with this, I'm going to click on enable. Now it's going to provision a Cloud Firestore instance for me. And once that is done, we can actually go ahead and add a user to our database. So I'm going to pause this video here, and I'll see you guys once it's up and running. Hello everybody, and welcome back. Now the database is provisioned, we can actually begin the process of adding data to it. So in Firestore, we have data which is logically separated into two distinct pieces. Once we have things known as collections, and then we have things known as documents. And documents within themselves can then have collections, as well as further, those collections can have documents within them as well. So to start off, the root of our database is also going to start with a collection of documents. The collection of documents that I want to create right now is a collection of users. So I'm going to create a collection, and I'll call this users. And with this, I'm going to click on next. And then once we have the users collection created, the next thing that I'm going to do is that for the document, or the first document that I want to create in my collection, I'm going to add the ID of the user that we had just created. And with this done, the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to add the necessary fields required for the data. So as we go back to our Flutter application, you're going to see that we have a UID, we have a name, an email, an image, and a last active time for our user. So let's add these things. So the UID is already added, that's the document ID. So now we need a name for our user. So I'll have a type of a string, field is name, and the name would be Hussein Mustafa. With this, I'll also have another field, which will be the email, and this will be also of type string, and it will be Hussein@preneur.com. With this, I'll also have another field, and this will be the last active time. So I'm going to go back and I'll see how it should be represented in its last underscore active. So I'll put that in just so that we don't break our code when we are actually parsing the JSON. And then with this, the next and final thing is going to be our time, I believe, the image. So I'll copy this and paste this in, but for now we don't have an image, but we'll add it later on. And for the last active, the type is not going to be string, it's going to be a timestamp. And for the timestamp, I'll select today's date. And for the time, I'll just say that it was 15 and then 00, so like 4 o'clock, let's just say. And with this, I'll click on save. And now you're going to see that we have a users collection, which has a document inside of it. The ID for that document is the unique user ID that is provided to us by the authentication section of Firebase. And then inside of that document, we store the relevant information for that user. The next thing that I'd like to do is that I'd like to actually add an image for our user. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go here and I'll just type in George Clooney, and I'll just take up one of his images from Google. Let's just take the first one, I guess, and then click on save image as, and then save it to our desktop. There we go. So once the image is saved, the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to our storage. And then inside of here, I'm going to manually upload a file. To do that, first one thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to my console, and I'll go to the already existing Firebase project that I have for this. And I'm going to go to the storage side of things, and I'm going to see how I've kind of arranged things. So the first thing is that we have an images folder. So I'm going to create a folder and I'll call this images. And then from there, the next thing is going to be that we have inside of that user. So I'm going to create a folder here, call this users. Inside of users, I believe that we are going to have a folder with the ID. So I'm going to not upload a file, sorry. I'm going to create another folder, which will be the user ID. So gotta go back to the authentication tab and gotta get the user ID. Once I have the user ID, I'll come back, paste it in. And now we have the user ID. And then inside of here is where we're going to be placing, for example, the profile.jpg file. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go back to my desktop. I'm going to find the file. I'm going to rename it. I'll call this profile.jpg. I'll leave this here. I'm going to come back and I'll upload this file to here, which is the actual new project that we have. So upload file, and then I'm going to select the profile.jpg file that I just downloaded, click on open, and that's going to upload it. So now that I have the file uploaded, you're going to see that I'm going to get a storage location. So I'll copy this storage location, and then I'm gonna go back to our Firestore database for the new project first. I'm gonna see how we actually put this in. So we put it in a different way, but let's just put it in for now with the storage location that it gives us, or just profile. Yeah. So to get the actual link to the URL or the image, I'm just going to click on the profile.jpg, and then I'll copy this. And then I'll go back to our Firestore database tab, to users, to the user that we had just created. And for the image, I'll update that value to be the actual URL to the image. So with this, we have now a representation of a single user that is present inside of our database. And now we're actually ready to kind of do the login process. So with this done, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to end this video here, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we'll begin the process of actually writing up the function which is going to be responsible for logging our user in. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.